Well, the bottom line is these things are going to happen. Leaks are going to happen. Things are going to come out before they're ready. And I think one of the main reasons why this stuff does happen, particularly right now, is because of the way the world is right now with just everything that's going on. It's kind of hard to keep a lid on everything. And you have to remember, unlike previous generations, like if you can go back into the earlier 2000s, there wasn't a bunch of leaks as there are now, just for the simple fact that there's social media and everybody's trying to kind of clamor and find the next big story, and so they tend to come out like this. But this is interesting for a number of reasons. One thing is it's extra confirmation that the PlayStation 5 is actually better than what many had believed and that many had thought, and it also puts to bed rest pretty much a lot of the negativity and the FUD surrounding the PlayStation 5. So I'm really looking forward to doing this video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well, and let's get started. It's going to be fun. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for joining me. Please hit the like, share, subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Share it out. The best way to support a channel is to simply just give it a like and hit the bell so you're notified of everything. Believe it or not, YouTube, even if you subscribe, doesn't necessarily give you a notification of all the videos, so you can go ahead and do that. Shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, everybody in between. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. I am humbled to be doing this for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it as well. Unfiltered, unscripted. That's me, Crapgamer Reviews. Anyway, back into this. A lot of people had a little bit of varying doubts about the PlayStation 5 and what it could do. A lot of people consider the Xbox Series X to be the more powerful console, and to be clear, from a hardware standpoint, it is definitely 100% more powerful. I'm not saying it's 100% more powerful than the PS5. I'm saying that it is definitely, undoubtedly, more powerful than the PlayStation 5. But, yes, there's a but in there. We have to throw that but in there because from everything we've seen from big third-party developers, the PlayStation 5 is a well-rounded console. Maybe even a more well-rounded console than the Xbox Series X, and that goes with a lot of hype and a lot of people to back up what I'm saying here. Even if you look at sort of what's going on, a lot of people think that there's some kind of media bias against Xbox, and there was actually an interesting article in Forbes by Paul Tassi yesterday talking about anti-Xbox bias, and he basically says what I've been saying. There's no bias against Xbox. Microsoft has just had a really bad generation. They're doing some things right, and even though they have a powerful console with Xbox Series X, that the PlayStation 5 seems to be getting more praise from developers for being a more well-rounded console. And just, I think that really kind of says it all. Like, Sony is much more in tune, it looks like, with what people want, and I just feel like that's why they're able to kind of get over the way that they do with fans and gamers and just the media alike. I don't think there's any kind of nefarious plot against Xbox. I just feel like people really genuinely love PlayStation, and this is a really good thing. So anyway, what was the big hubbub earlier? A lot of people were assuming, and again, why do we got to keep covering this? People still like to talk about it. They always go back to it when something bad Xbox happens. Oh, PlayStation 5 isn't RDNA 2. PlayStation 5 isn't this. PlayStation 5 can't do hardware-based ray tracing. Blah, 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 blah. Despite the fact that PlayStation 5 has confirmed ray tracing games coming at launch for the console. So, again, they really kind of dispel a lot of the rumors and stuff like that. Now, where does this leak come in? So anyway, AMD CEO Lisa Su actually shared the company's second quarter earnings call that its many anticipated product launches are still on schedule to release in 2020. It includes the 7nm processors based on Zen 3 architecture, and this is big because they put this in there. It's RDNA 2 or Big Navi graphics cards. Su also shared AMD began initial production and shipment of next-gen console chips, including PS5 and Xbox Series X, both utilizing RDNA 2, and both consoles set for release this holiday. So obviously this is something that a lot of people are going to kind of look at when you say, okay, well, can we really say that the PlayStation 5 is RDNA 2? Well, listen, they're not going to sit there and go, hey, we're going to ship this RDNA 2, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't make sense to do that. Why would they continually, why would AMD, why would all these developers, why would Sony, why would everybody continually lie about that if it weren't the truth? And that's the thing that kind of really gets to me a little bit. So now we've heard this from multiple developers. We keep hearing it from Sony. We hear it from AMD, the manufacturers of this chip, by the way. And yet, people still refuse to believe it. So at the end of the day, I just feel like Sony really knows what they're doing. They obviously came prepared for next generation. They're obviously going to bring, the RDNA 2 architecture. And believe it or not, there's even rumors that it's kind of futured with some custom RDNA 3. Because again, when you look at what the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 do, they're not off-the-shelf parts. They're customized, so it's not exactly as cut and dry as, oh, well, you can go buy this chip from AMD yourself and put it in your PC. It doesn't really work that way. So you got to kind of keep that in mind as you go forward, that these things are customized as well, and they can customize them with the future in mind as well. So what that means is there could be instances, and this is something that I've seen more and more people talk about, that the PlayStation 5 actually has some RDNA 3 technology in there. I'm not saying it's RDNA 3. I'm saying that there's some things going around that it's RDNA, that it's RDNA 3 technology, that there's some in it. So no delays. This means that we are that much closer to getting official prices and official launch days for these, and it looks like they're going to be starting to kind of get them out at a pretty good time. So I think sometime in August, I believe, is the rumor for Sony to announce the price and the launch date of the PlayStation 5, which would mean pre-orders would definitely be able to go up at that point, and I think that would be a great thing for everybody. And that's not the only thing that kind of leaked out. Something else came about that I thought was very, very interesting and really sort of surprised me. And again, this makes perfect sense. For the same reason it made perfect sense for Sony to show the console before it got leaked, because the main thing is, once that thing is on a line, and we've already seen it, like the console itself leaked. Like, people take pictures of it and it circulates on the internet. So again, according to this, the PlayStation 5 UI is going to be shown to avoid leaks from dev kit updates. Again, you're going to have to take this with a little bit of grain of salt, but I will link these in the description so you can check them out. According to this, the PlayStation 5 is going to be revealing the UI soon. It says PlayStation 5, the PlayStation's next dev kit update arrives in a few weeks. Will feature retail mode so devs can see what the final setup will be. The current system is debug only with PS4 retail mode. Expect the PlayStation will show it off before it goes live to avoid leaks, which makes a lot of sense as well. So what that means is, we're still kind of curious of what the PlayStation 5 UI is going to be. We know it's going to be completely different. We know it's going to be probably the fastest UI in the history of consoles. And at the same time, we haven't seen anything about it yet. Like, it's all late in the game for us to be getting this kind of information. And again, that just goes to show you the situation that we're in and the way of the world right now. But, we are going to be getting, that. And I'm very interested to see how it looks. One of the big new fresh things for me with the new console is always being able to go out there and get that new controller in my hand and that new UI and just kind of go to town and just have a good time with it. Whereas if you look at it on the Xbox side, and not kind of knock Xbox every time I do a video, but one of the things that I'm most disappointed about is, the Xbox Series X is going to have the same UI and the same everything that the PlayStation or that the Xbox One has right now. So if you have a launch Xbox One from 2013, you're going to literally have the same UI, which I'm not actually a huge fan of. People say it's much better now or whatever. I just feel like it's not good. I don't feel like it's very impressive. It's not very next generation. And the fact that it's across all three of these consoles or four of these consoles or whatever, just is something that's a little bit disappointing. Same thing with the controller aspect. I think the Xbox One has a fantastic controller, the best controller, but at the end of the day, you can still improve it. Like, listen, how many people said the Xbox 360 had the best controller and they still managed to improve it and do stuff better with it? I'm kind of disappointed that we still got to buy batteries for this thing. I thought maybe they could have done a slight redesign with the controller. The share button is fine or whatever. It's like 8 years too late, but still, like, it's a good thing. I just would have liked to see maybe some different things, maybe some tension on the on the controllers themselves, or something like something unique, something that that really pushes it and makes you go, oh well, this is a next generation thing, instead of going the safer route and just kind of going with the same thing we've been getting for a while now. So I'm very interested to hear what everybody kind of has to say about that in the comments below and things like that. But again, Sony is going all out. It looks like, we can put that to rest, that whole RDNA 2 stuff, or is it RDNA Lite or RDNA 1.5 or whatever. It's custom. It's 2. Could possibly even have some 3 technology in there. But now AMD says it's 2. Sony says it's 2. Developer says it's 2. The only people not saying it's 2 are some of these YouTubers who, you know, wouldn't have a clue one way or the other. So ponder that for a minute. Pontificate, if you will, and let me know what you think. You know, please, you can feel free to hit me up on Twitter at @the_Crapgamer, Xbox Live, MOH, Space Crapgamer, PSN, just Crapgamer, and I respond to everybody, so it might take me a little bit of while to get back to you, but I do respond, and I try to, you know, have a good conversation with you, no matter if you agree with me or not. You know, I try to keep it lines of communication open, and if you really took time out of your day to spend with me doing a video, watching my videos, I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, all that kind of great stuff. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. Rack 'em up. Game on. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.